President Bola Tinubu is shopping for the replacement of the immediate past Minister of Labour and Productivity and former Governor of Plateau State, Simon Lalong, who recently resigned his portfolio in the cabinet to represent his constituents at the Red Chamber, the Senate, having been elected at the last election. While the President Bola Tinubu accepted his resignation and wished him well, Senator Lalong's decision to quit the Tinubu cabinet was a tough decision to make, considering his political contribution as Director General of the APC presidential campaign and his closeness to the president. His resignation as Minister Representing Plateau South in the federal cabinet Plateau State in the federal cabinet has created a vacuum which needs to be replaced. It is against this backdrop that political calculations regarding who replaces the minister has begun in earnest. Tonight on Daily Politics, we have joining us to discuss this issue Right Honorable Baba Akau, the majority leader in the House of Representatives during the Second Republic. He's a politician and community leader from Jos, Plateau State. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. Hazza.
And we'll take a short break, and when we resume, the conversation commences properly. Don't go away. Welcome back. Yes, Right Honorable Babaka. Welcome to the program once again.
Thank you very much.
Why is replacement of Minister Simon Bakolalo an issue in Plateau State? Let's start it this way.
Well, it's not supposed to be an issue, unfortunately. It is becoming an issue. Because in life, one should expect fairness, equity, and justice in whatever you do. And I believe this is part of the cardinal principles of APC as a party. So if that should be followed, then it's a simple thing that can be solved without any rancor or any agitation for whatever it is.
Yes, how do you mean that it should be resolved? Because Lalong is from Plateau South. He was picked as minister to represent Plateau State, but he is from Plateau South. What is your problem now?
Well, let me even go back to history.
Okay, fine.
During the First Republic,
yes,
the first 4 years of Balewa's government,
you are going to the 1960s now.
60s. Late Wazir Shandam of blessed memory, Michael Audu Buba, was made a minister by the Sardauna cabinet.
By Sardauna?
By Sardauna.
Ahmad Bello.
He was a very close ally to Ahmad Sardauna, and he gave him
ministerial
position. He was a tough man in that government. So what we are saying comes just from 2015. Lalong,
former Minister of Sports.
Former Sports, came from Plateau South Senatorial District. 2019, Paul Lentalen from Plateau Senatorial, South Senatorial.
The same,
almost the same.
Where Lalong
is, yeah.
came.
And then Lalong himself from the same place. And
Plateau
now,
South.
not the Plateau South, don't even know, but that is, even though the South has so much to contend with. DGITF for 2 terms is from the same Shandam. Plateau representative in the APC national something, deputy national secretary is from the same Shandam. Then what are we talking? That's why I said whatever we do, we must show some fairness and in whatever we do if we want justice and equity to prevail. Like somebody I was reading something from one former member about people that come from Plateau North. Ibrahim Dasuki Nakande has not occupied the slot of Plateau State.
Who served as Minister of Communications?
Yeah, who served
Information
as
and Communication.
Yeah.
During
it wasn't the slot of Plateau State.
How do you mean not slot of Plateau
The
State?
Plateau State, I think that time the slot was Sierra or Chefa or something. Actually, what really happened, There was, during Eradu of blessed memory, there was an understanding between ANPP and PDP. And the decided to give ANPP a slot. But out of, there were about some states, the ANPP states, that they would have given that slot to. But out of benevolence, consideration, compassion for Hausa Fulani of Jos, they decided to give that slot to Nakandi. So you cannot just say he came out from the slot of Plateau State.
So it wasn't from, it was a reach out to APP.
ANPP, yeah. APP, yeah. That was exactly what happened. It wasn't.
How Nakandi? And if I'm not wrong, maybe he was the only person who emerged as minister from the House of Fulani.
The first time.
And he's from Plateau North.
He's from Plateau North.
Some people, especially from Plateau Central, they are saying that even if the slot is leaving Plateau South, the ministerial slot should go to Plateau South. Are they not making also a fair request?
Well, said, I think Macbeth and one of them say fair is foul and foul is fair. You see, in the game of life, they may have their reasons. But what I'm saying as at now, the House of Fulani Jos North they are the most qualified for this replacement.
And what gives them that mileage of qualifying far and above everybody? People from Plateau Central and people from Plateau
Well,
South?
For now, Plateau Central, wherever things are going, they're going to have the governor. That is depending on the Supreme Court.
Yes, which is prejudicial. Yes.
Yeah. Mm. That's by the way. Let us, you see, in life, what you contribute. Politics is all about number. It's a game of number. Jos North is the most densely populated local government out of the 17 local governments in Plateau State. And Jos North, 3/4 of the populace, of the voting population, is from Jos North House of Fulani sector. 2023, we are Buhari's. Record is there. 2027, 20...
You are referring to 2015, 2019?
Well, even before that time, up to coming to... Well, let's even start with even 2015. When we came on board, I was a member of the interim committee of the merger. The thinking of an ordinary Platonian at that time, and so many people that are politically naive, they were crowning APC as a party for the Muslims, a party for this and that, party for this or that. Like I told you, I came from the CPC block. We have the highest number. We had a little sitting. We said, okay, we should carry everybody along. Let us give the chairmanship of that party to our brothers. And then we that have the majority.
The CPCs.
They're the CPCs.
Yes.
In the merger section. Then we should go with the secretary when the merger was formed. So that was what happened in 2015. We took the secretaryship.
And who was the chairman?
The chairman was,
maybe let's go ahead when you're collecting.
Yes. Okay, yeah. The chairman at that time was, Lalong was confusing me, but he was from the other side of the party. So what we are saying now, we agreed. So we worked together. As God may have it, APC became a party to beat. Everybody was trooping into APC. It becomes a success story. Like I said, while I'm enumerating, during March, sometimes in March 2015, when President Buhari came for launching his campaign in Jos Township.
At the Township Stadium? At
the Township Stadium. Our children, lovers of Buhari, lovers of APC, there was a stampede. Some died, a lot got injured. I believe President Tinubu was there. It was an episode, yeah. They died. And I've been talking since that time, up to this moment I'm talking about. neither from the national level or the state level or the local government level. Nobody deemed it fit to even show some sympathy to the families of the deceased and those that injured. I've been talking in the print and electronic media all through the last 8 years for much attention to be given to that. Up to today. And normally we think that whenever 4 years come and there will be convention or a launching, we thought they will be remembered and even have a prayer for some second prayers for them. Nobody. But out of love of APC, because APC is in our blood, we continued supporting our people. Jos North came first in presidential election out of the 774 local government in 2015, followed by Zaria local government.
Jos North was the overall that gave votes to the APC.
2019, there was voter apathy due to the fact that no attention was given to us. We were neither in the state, anything, not the federal. You see, so people felt sometimes sidelined. We have to go home to home begging that things are going to change. Up to this moment. And even the present election, at least our contribution for the 25% President Tinubu got in Plateau State came from Jos North.
Even during the last election?
There's that actually, records are there. So what are we talking? So by virtue of that, we are now we are asking for our right, not a favor. We should be given what is duly due to us. Unfortunately, as you can see, there are people talking all over, but we don't, because we are political orphans. But there is an adage in Hausa which says, "Ba maraya sai rago," and that's why we are up and doing to tell the world this is our situation. Because if we don't talk, nobody will listen to us.
Some will say, in the first instance, why should even Lalong abandon ministerial position to go for senatorial post?
Well, it's a good political calculation. I ginger him for that.
Why?
Because if he remains as a minister, then in his constituency there must be election. And the probability of APC having that seat is 50-50 due to reasons we all know.
I don't know the reason, and many of our viewers don't know the reason. Because meaning that maybe this is like robbing Paul to pay Peter.
No.
It wasn't maybe, finally he got it through the court.
That is what...
now it means that it is not actually, he was not elected by the people.
We have made a lot of mistakes during the last elections, which we are learning now in APC.
What are those mistakes?
Like I said, lack of fairness, all these things to those that deserve. This is what caused why PDP has taken away that seat. If we had embarrassed everybody, given them what is due to them, take everybody along, seriously and religiously, I mean, this would not have happened.
So you are now saying the APC at the national level, and by extension, President Tinubu, should right the wrongs committed in the past.
That is very true.
By moving the seat of the Senate to Plateau North.
They said the ministerial seat.
The ministerial seat.
Yeah, the reasons I have given you now, since from 2015, our contributions, because we should be rewarded as per our contributions. If you quantify our contributions, when it comes to vote, because that's the issue. The votes we have given and our dedication, our loyalty, our service, our belief in APC. That is why we are advocating that we are most qualified for that position than any other person.
Why are people in Plateau North having a lot of altercations when it comes to elected position? As we speak now, the House of Reps seat, Basa Jos North, is a subject of contention at the appeal court. Is that correct?
It's very correct.
Why are we not getting it right? This is before I go back to how you emerged more than 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you see, I will give you a little story.
Okay.
Jos North House of Reps, which I happen to be now the most senior elected member since inception, up to date, is the only legacy that a person in Jos Hausa Fulani is always proud of. We've been consistent of getting that seat. Unfortunately, during the rerun after the death of Haruna Mitala,
yes,
when there should be a rerun, you see, APC conducted one kind of, I don't know how to even place it.
They misbehaved of sort.
Political misbehavior. They imposed a candidate that is not popular, that is not welcome by the people. And that is why.
Was that Kwande?
No, it's not Kwande. It's one, I think he was one of the commissioners of Lalong.
Okay.
Yeah. It was an imposition. Then we said, whether anybody likes it or not, Jos North House of Fulani must participate because we cannot fold on ours. That is why we happened, out of protest, PRP came in, and that was how PRP came into being. We gave all our votes to PRP. Gwani. So this kind of a thing, like I was saying, is just something that is supposed to be corrected. We have to learn from our mistakes. APC is a very big party, bigger than any other person. And we have to tell the world, like now, without even telling you this, I have written some letters on behalf of Jos Political Coalition Forum regarding this issue of ministerial position.
Who are you taking the letters to?
I have written to Mr. President, copied the Vice President.
Can you paraphrase the content? Maybe what you show?
Well, what the heading of the country, all we are saying, give us our right. That's the heading. All we are saying, give us our right. And I enumerated all these facts that are there and verifiable as to why we should be given. Because we are political orphans, but we need to talk. Somebody has to come to our rescue. Otherwise, now a rerun election is coming. I, as a critical stakeholder in APC, what will I go and tell my electorates? They have suffered more than enough. We are not given anything. Not even a sweeper on the streets.
But you have Commissioner of Sports.
That is at the state level.
Yeah, and it's the PDP government.
It is the PDP government. The PDP that we have not even voted for. Because people of Jos North didn't vote for PDP at all. 95% it was APC. But because they feel deemed that we deserve it, they gave us, and we are grateful. So we are most qualified in all terms. We must be given positions. Not only that, like I said in the write-up, take an example of the state ESCO. When we began in the 2015, the chairman was from Plateau Central also, or something. We are given the secretary. Then when it came to 2019, after 4 years, we didn't have anything. Because according to the zoning, we should have the deputy governor and the party chairman from our zone, Plateau North. But instead, somebody else was given the chairmanship of the party up to today. When you compare our numerical strength and our number, and then there were agitations that a place is there in the national slot for the Plateau slot in the National Executive Council of the APC is there for us, which is the Deputy National Secretary. Is going to be given to us, namely even to Bashir Musa Sati. But before we know it, like I say, presently, the person occupying that place is still from Shandam. So we don't, so we don't have anybody. If you don't have anybody at the party level, at the state level, nobody. Anything that state do will come to the party in terms of palliative or whatever advice to one event. When you don't have anybody to talk for you, I mean, what do you have? From the national level, If it comes to the state, no, we don't have any representative. So we don't even, it's a very pitiful situation, which is no longer acceptable to us.
When you emerged as member of the House of Representatives, that was 1979.
1983.
1983, exactly 40 years
40 years,
now.
yeah.
How did it happen? Because there was no just North, just South, or just East.
Yes.
It was just local government.
Just local government.
How did it happen?
Well, it's a very interesting story. You see, unfortunately, Second Republic is the most respected, most organized republic that Nigeria ever had.
The Second Republic?
The Second Republic.
Is it because it was presidential? Or?
No. There was party supremacy first. There was the rule of law. There was this passion for competence of who you represent. Who is your representative matters to your people. I was 27 that year.
27 years?
27. I contested with my father, who was the occupant of that seat from 1999 to 1983.
From 1979?
From 1979 to 1983.
I want to get it clear. Your uncle or your dad?
My father sort of, because he was a very close ally to my father. So I consider
Who was that person?
He was the Turakin for the left Turakin Jos, Alaji Honorable Alaji Ino Ali. As a young man,
he was under which platform?
And National Party of Nigeria.
The same NPN?
The same NPN.
He represented from 1979 to
1983.
But 1983 you
yeah, we contested we had the primaries. One of the cleanest, most sophisticated, most respected primaries in the history of even in my constituency. First, it was not money, because I had nothing. I just came back from school and then, that kind
27 years old?
27 years old. The youth in particular, they gave me all the support I needed, because they needed a representation, a quality representation. Some of the elders supported my candidature. So we went into the primaries.
Against Turakin Ali.
Went into the primaries. It was very clear. The primaries was suppose we started since 6 o'clock up to about 5 o'clock. The usual political maneuver. They came and said there was no security, it has to be postponed. The youth.
Was it at Islamia primary school?
No, it was at one late Saleh Jumbo's place. We call it very close to the secretariat. It is a big hall that, we conduct all this kind of thing. We call it Shalama. It's a big hall belonging to
Saleh Jumbo, yes.
So they said nobody is going anything. We are waiting. Let them go to Lagos, even if it takes days, and bring them. And bring security.
This was in 1983. 40 years ago.
40 years. They said that election must take place that day, and that was what happened. There was an election. And I won.
You defeated an incumbent member.
I defeated an incumbent.
But how did you make it to become the majority leader in Lagos there, right?
In Lagos,
because the National Assembly was in Lagos.
Yeah, you see, that's why in life you said, do not send a dummy for anything. That is why competence comes in. I'm telling you this, nobody lobbied it for me. We were at the position of Speaker and Deputy Leader of the House, who was zoned to North Central. And National Art Theatre, we were asked to go, all these zones that you're given, go and produce one. You just go and mock election and just bring one of them.
Well, I will play with you to hold your breath as we go on a short break.
Yeah.
Yes. Viewers, don't go away. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back. If you are just joining, this is Daily Politics on Trust TV. Do well to follow the conversation across our social platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and watch us live on YouTube. I still have in the studio Right Honorable Baba Akau, who served as majority leader under NPN during the Second Republic about 40 years ago. He's a politician and community leader from Jos North local government area of Plateau State. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes, I asked for this background in order to actually bring out why you think you deserve what you are
like I was telling you, I looked around that time. I said, yeah, this position was given to us, mindless of being a newcomer. I said, since that position was zoned to North Central, and I'm from North Central. Looking around, I said I was going to contest.
Is it that there was nothing like ranking law member?
At that time, there wasn't.
Okay.
There wasn't.
It's about how you can convince your colleagues.
Convince your colleague. Then, before you know it, one of my colleagues, later, I think Honorable Isa, we call him, he was the secretary of Matijas Football Club, but we had Solomon Madugu from Basa, who is now the chairman, Farmers Association. We were there. We sat, because from NPN, we were only 4 from Plateau State. All the rest. NPP.
Yes.
So we look
the
at
party
our,
of late Solomon.
We look at our numerical number, and I made my calculation. Definitely to think of speaker, we don't have that strength. So, but we can go for the leadership, deputy leadership. And I scouted around and I discovered that among even Kaduna, Niger, and Benue, there were some friends that we met in ABU, some in England. So I think it was a good catch for me. So we sat in our caucus Plateau. Isa said he wanted speaker because Solomon Madugu, he is an elder amongst us. He said he didn't want to contest for anything. Then I said, okay. Initially, I had wanted the speakership, but
of the House of Reps.
But I said, within us, I will take the
majority,
the leadership of the House.
Now, at what level the interpersonal relationship degenerated in Plateau State? Talking about you are a Muslim, you are a Christian, you are Tarok, you are House of Fulani, you are Biro. At what level?
You see, it was very unfortunate, very, very unfortunate. It started quite some times, but it's the work of devil and some political merchants that believe by so doing, it is when such things happen that they got what they wanted. Otherwise, when I was growing up, I started from a Christian school. I did my kindergarten class at St. Teresa's Primary School in Jos.
Near the zoo.
Near the zoo. But I was so small. So that was why I had to be transferred to NA school at Jos local government.
Was that Islamia Primary School?
It's like, no, it's not. It's NA school.
Okay.
NA school. We call it NA, Native Authority School. And what really happened, who even took me to that kindergarten class was a friend to my father, Dr. Oti. He was very close to my father. A Christian, an Igbo man. Because of the UAC connection, they were all businessmen. So one day he came to me. My brothers have gone to school because they said I have to use my I couldn't. He personally took me to St. Teresa's School. And when we were growing, all our friends are from other religions. We were so intimate. So we eat together, we dine together, we go to anywhere together.
Was that why Plateau was called, or is still being called, Home of Peace?
Yeah, it was to be.
Tourism.
Yeah.
But is it the same now?
We're trying to, by the special of God, to bring it back to that glory.
How are you going to do it now that you are talking about the ministerial position should come to the Plateau North instead of Plateau South or Plateau Central?
Yeah, well, I'm talking of equity, fairness, and justice. I want you to judge from what I said, from what is on the ground. There will be peace when there is justice. There will be peace when there is equity. There will be peace when there is fairness. I just bring out to you these scenarios for you to judge what I'm saying. I'm not being selfish.
Those years when it's not about being a Christian to get political position.
Yeah, those years. Like I even said, when Nakande was a minister, his chief of staff was Honorable Sunday Audu. He was a Christian. Yeah. And we went alone. But this time around, while we have to shout, while we are even coming as at now, we have agreed, we have arranged. Very soon, we are coming to the National Assembly, office of the APC National Chairman, office with our petitions based on this reason. Let this, our right, be given to us. Because if we don't do that, I mean, nobody will know the problem we are into. You don't even know what these problems are. But we are the ones to talk about it. We don't have anybody outside to talk about these problems like it.
You know, political positions, they're all about lobbying, compromises, and all that. Are you reaching out to political leaders in the southern and central senatorial zones of Plateau State to actually query their favors, to say that, look, for reasons A, B, C, and D, you should support us to produce the next minister.
And it's in our program. At the national level, we have succeeded in reaching out by sending our problems to some key political officers, including the National Assembly and some. But because we are waiting for like today now, Lalong has officially tendered his resignation letter. So we have everything, we have every right. This is an opportunity that we shall begin to think to go around and then go on propagating. That's why I tell you, we're coming to Abuja, to the National Assembly, in pursuance of this issue. And we are going back to all these critical stakeholders to tell them why we are most qualified. After all, power belongs to God.
And it was said that Lalong actually penciled the names of about 4 people, I may be wrong, and all of them are, I think, Tarok, or...
well, there are speculations or stories going around that he is lobbying for Joseph Ari, former
DG
ITF, and the present Deputy National Secretary of APC, something Festus.
They are all from Southern Zone.
They are all from the same his zone. So people said, this is the speculation going around. But be it what it may, everybody from his round, from urban east, it is only we people. I've not benefited anything from the government. I've been serving the government loyally and efficiently all through, with all sense of patriotism. But I'm doing it now for posterity. At this age, this time, there is nothing in life that I have not seen. And there is nobody I cannot face when it is.
Have you tried to see Lalong to say, look, Your Excellency, we have done enough for you. It is time for reciprocation?
Well, like I told you, it is now
that he has formally resigned.
So in Hausa, but we are at the process of reaching everybody, any concerned citizen, and even the general public. That's why, like I told you, this time around is not going to be just, we are coming to the National Assembly, we are going to the office of the SGF, in pursuance of this noble cause. We are going to meet some critical stakeholders in the party and those in governance, for them to pity us, for them to see reasons as to why we need attention. Otherwise, next election, there is a rerun election coming up very soon. What do you expect me now to go back and tell my people? Because they've been suffering, having nothing. Nobody is talking for them. Nobody is doing anything for them. We are only used when elections come. That is not tenable. It's no more, we are not going to take it anymore.
Now, beyond getting political positions, what will you say is the place of people of Jos North in terms of dividends of democracy from the center and even from the state government?
Well, is there, record is there. Dividends, we can tell Jos North zero. Very recently, before the end of ninth assembly,
yes,
a bill was passed and the president to establish National Orthopedic Hospital in the old Jos General Hospital.
That is Jos University Hospital.
That, yeah.
Around Terminus.
Around Terminus. That was the address of the bill. It was passed and assented by the president. Before you know it, some mischief makers, some unprogressive elements went around. In fact, they wanted to transfer that
orthopedic hospital
to Bariki Ladi. Bariki Ladi, that is over 100 meters, kilometers away. The roads are bad. From the city center, where all facilities are readily available. They only need some update in the Jos North. We have to come out, be talking, shouting, and be praying to Almighty Allah. And that bill was sponsored courtesy people like Right Honorable Idris Maje,
the former deputy speaker.
They were the people who sponsored that bill, and we got it. So we have to be shouting. Otherwise, it would have been relocated to Bariki Ladi. That is the principle. And when you are talking of the dividend of democracy, we have some few streets in Jos, but courtesy, Right Honorable Maji. He used his position, bring FEMA to come and repair our dilapidated roads.
Anyone who becomes governor of Plateau State or aspiring to become governor will be talking about establishing peace. Do you think they are talking about peace from the bottom of their hearts?
Well, like I told you, there will only be peace if there is fairness. There will only be peace if there is equity. There is only be peace if there is justice. So if that person, between his God and conscience and man, has that at heart, sincerely is the easiest thing to get now. To get that peace at no cost. To get that peace without any hardship.
How cooperative are the House of Fulani to enduring peace on the plateau?
You see, when the crisis started, unfortunately, the House of Fulani, as usual in Jos, they are very peaceful, peace-loving, very accommodating. But when it started, there was no way they could just sit down.
Are you now referring to 2001?
2001. So that was why we have to, most of us don't even have a stick in our houses. We don't know even how to war is. Then you, all of a sudden, you find yourself in a war situation whereby you have to wake up and save yourself from whatever is happening. I was a victim along the line. I was a victim. So I have every reason to tell the world what has happened. But as God may have it, prayers and cooperation within the society, cooperation with our brothers, the Christian brothers and others, then we understand the devil is somewhere working, fighting us.
That devil could be from the Christian community and could be from the Muslim community.
From all community, yeah. Devil is devil. It doesn't matter. Devil is devil. That's why when we're praying, we know devil is devil. They are devils.
Before the 2023 election, Right Honorable, there was killing in Plateau State, especially around Barikiladi, Riom, Bassa, and all that. People were just being killed ahead of the election. And suddenly, close to the election, it subsided. But immediately after the election, before the swearing in, we had another round of violence, people being killed. What is really the problem and how can that be addressed?
The issue is a bit controversial. When you look at it, Bassa local government used to be one of the most peaceful local governments in Plateau State. But unfortunately, just like you said recently, 3-4 years back.
Because we knew crisis to be around Shandam, Yalwa, then Jos North, Jos South, around Bukuru.
Yeah,
yes.
It used to be. Then all of a sudden, they were bedeviled with this kind of...
Because even Mangu, where you have families in the same house, you have Muslims and Christians.
That's the unfortunate part of it. Mangu is almost also one of the most peaceful area. Magavul are one of the most peaceful people. But this question of Fulani, something had us, it's something you can't understand. Because nobody will ask you to go and kill anybody. But that has been the issue. It is no more religious. It's no more ethnic.
So the issue in Plateau is not about religion?
Yeah, no, it's not.
To a greater extent?
Yeah, it's not about religion. Now with the Fulanis, they are coming up, they are attacking, they will be attacked, then there will be counter-attack, there will be problems around Barikiladi, our Bariki, you see, that's the kind of thing. Recently in Mangu, look at the sort of killings that were going on, unnecessarily.
Now, traditional institution is key to engendering peace. Do you think traditional rulers are really playing their role? You
see, they are supposed to be our peacekeepers. But you don't blame them, because the role given to them by the 1979 Constitution as amended, it's really unfortunate. Because you have to involve them, you have to give them function, you have to support them. Give them everything so that they will be able to. They are the better people to deal with this kind of a situation than anybody. But I used to think, you know, in the National Assembly, this is one of the things they should take into cognizance.
Even the president, in his manifesto, we call it Renewed Hope, said there will be role for
give them the role.
Recently, the Speaker, Abbas, also said that they are going to push for
a role to the tradition. Give them their rightful position. Give them that role. Give them that respect, so that you can hold them responsible if they don't perform. But I believe by giving them all those incentives, sincerely, they've been performing right from even before the pre-colonial period. But they don't. So we don't blame them.
Because they don't have the power.
They don't have anything to do about it. They are all being turban. I mean, what do you call it? You just wear your turban and big riga and just call yourself. But you don't have any role, any function to play. Nobody recognizes you. The government doesn't recognize you. So what else?
And what is your rating of politicians now compared to how you behaved during the Second Republic?
You see, I will say this without an apology. The sort of politicians we have now, they are mostly money-bag politicians who believe that politics is a money-making industry.
Is it that you don't like money during your days?
We have conscience. Everybody likes money. We have conscience, we have integrity, we have the people that we want to serve at heart, and we want to leave a legacy. We are learning from what the First Republic, the late Premier, and then the Metamasule. I mean, so we have that thing in mind. So all we came for was service to the people. But now, the polity was so polluted that even if you are a saint, sent from heaven, nobody will listen at you if you don't have a kobo. Your money is your power. That's why you see all sorts of things in the National Assembly. All sorts of people. They don't have the brain. They are not thinking positively. But
what do you think could be done to now address the issue?
The electorates are becoming more and more aware that all they need as a representative is competence, integrity, and deliverance, regardless of which political party you come. A lot of people are becoming to understand that. And I believe the political class, the elites, we must try as much as possible to preach this gospel. And one of the problems, the elites that have what it takes to come and serve the people, they all fold their arms. They thought politics is something for people that are. But once you give your destiny in the hands of somebody who is not competent, then you are in trouble. The elites must come out. We have competent elites, sincere elites, elites that can deliver.
But this is at a time when the youths are saying it is our time. It is our time.
I believe in the power of the youth because you cannot do anything without the youth. But they need the guidance of the older ones. I believe they can deliver. They need guidance. Guide them. They will deliver. They will take us to the promised land. I agree with it. I know what a youth can do because I am a beneficiary of the powers of youth. Like I told you during my...
All right. In less than 1 minute, I want you to preach to people of Plateau and Nigeria ahead of the Rwanda election. Just less than 1 minute because we have run out of time.
Well, I'm preaching to my dear brothers and sisters in Plateau and people of Nigeria. Let peace reign during these rerun elections. Let us come out and choose candidates that are credible, candidates that can deliver, regardless of wherever they come from. It is left for the political parties to present credible candidates or candidates that can really deliver. We all know ourselves.
All right. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Baba Akau, Majority Leader under the platform of NPN in the Second Republic, Community Leader and a politician from Just Not Local Government Area, for coming to the program.
Thank you.
And we thank you for your informed perspective.
So thank you.
We have to have you again.
So thank you very much.
And viewers, that's a wrap on today's package. We sincerely hope you found the conversation engaging and informative. And be sure to join Daily Politics Live, airing every weekday, and also our special package on Friday, during which we open our telephone line for you to comment on national issues. Once again, thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now. I'm Hamza Idris.